Well, hello. Thanks for coming back to check out another video. So, we are here today to sit down and talk about the best makeup purchases that I have made so far this year in 2022. Now, recently I did film a video of like my top 5 and bottom 5 makeup empties, like makeup items that I have finished off in the year of 2022. And that's what really got the idea for this video like started. Like, okay, well, what are the best things that you've brought into your life? If you want to see this again, but as like a worst makeup items I've purchased this year, let me know down below. I would be more than happy to film that. I also feel like June is just a really good month for like reflection within like at least the makeup realm. I don't know, maybe in the other areas of your life too. But either way, it's like the middle of the year, and so I feel like you'll see a lot of content where it's like the best makeup or the worst makeup so far, the best eyeshadow palettes, the worst eyeshadow palettes so far. So I'm sure there's like a ton of other like videos that are kind of fit in this realm that you could go and search out. But I just thought it would be really fun to sit down and share these with you. Maybe revisit this idea again in December. I don't know. I do have some like tools to talk about, but it's mostly makeup. So I think what we'll do is we'll just segue on into talking about the like makeup tools. I don't know why I'm doing air quotes, but we'll talk about the makeup tools that I've brought into my life that I think are top notch. Okay, so the first makeup tool to talk about, this is from the original makeup eraser. Now, I had the wrong idea about this. I knew that these existed, but I thought this was for cleaning your brushes. So I did some investigating at Sephora and I found out that no, the claim of this is that you just wet it with water and it takes off all your makeup. I was like, there's no way. Like, I am such a firm believer in micellar water. Now, typically how I take off my makeup, just so you're aware, is if I'm in the shower taking off my makeup, I will use a cleansing balm. But when I get out of the shower, like, I still have like the ring, you know, that you just can't ever successfully get. So I would take a reusable cotton round and micellar water and get all of that off and make sure I got like the mascara and the eyeliner and things like that. Like, that was my cleansing routine. If I wasn't taking a shower but needed to take off my makeup, like I would just straight up use the micellar water. So I thought there's no way that this little guy can take off all my makeup. So I got it and I tried it out and I was just shocked. Like, there's no way. I don't know what sorcery is behind this little thing, but it really does take off all of your makeup. So this is going to be life-changing in my routine. Like, after I finish off the micellar waters that I do have within my collection, it's not something that I'm going to continue to repurchase because this has just like overtaken that, and it's more cost effective, you know what I mean, just having this instead of buying countless bottles of micellar water to continuously use. Now, I will say this does not overthrow like my makeup cleansing balm that I use. I still really enjoy to use that in the shower. I just think it's a really gentle way to get all the makeup off, but this will be great to like go in, like I said, around the perimeter, or if it's a night where I'm not like showering, because the cleansing balm at the sink is just too much. So that'll be like how these come into use. You do get 7 in a set, which I think is really nice. And they have like this little thing on the back of them so you can easily like hold this in the palm of your hand and go about your business. They do also, I think, make larger sizes. However, I'm not interested in a larger size. Like, I think this is perfect like for me and my face shape. So this was a huge success. Okay, so the other tools to talk to you about are brushes. So I do have 2 different brands brushes, like I said. Now, this is a judgment-free zone. Haley's brushes are dirty, okay? I'm gonna wash them tonight. But anyway, I bought the brush set from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. These are all labeled like B1, B2, B3, B4, B5. So there's 5 brushes. These, hopefully you can tell, are really small. I don't feel like there are a ton of small brushes out there on the market. These have been great for doing that really detailed crease work. These have been a game changer in doing like halo eyes, just things like eye looks where you want those more precise like placements. And I just feel like the bigger, fluffier brushes don't, you know, work for that. Also, I feel like if you have smaller eye shapes, like I have hooded eyes, so I feel like that's another reason why these work so well. But if you have a smaller eye shape and you're just like struggling to find the perfect blending brush, like I really think that this B5 could be your best friend. Like, this is the biggest one within the set, and I just feel like it's great for like doing that really blown out crease work. The other brush set that I've purchased that I just think has been a real game changer is from Rephr. So I got their little crease bundle set. It came with 4 brushes. It's the 14, the 12, the 13, and the 15. I have to say though, I'm counting this as one thing. Like, I'm glad I have this set. But there are 2 real standout winners from within this collection. So I guess I'll only really talk and touch on those. But the 13 from them, it's like a really small, like tapered, fluffy brush. This is my favorite brush to use to do all of my like blending and putting down my darkest color within my outer like V area of my eye. I use this like every time I do my makeup. Like, this is hands down my go-to outer V my go-to outer V eye brush for any eye look. Okay, so the other one from that set is the 15, which is the largest one that I have. So this is just like a really good just crease brush. This blends out everything so effortlessly. Like, I really don't have to work and fuss with it. I just really appreciate how soft this is, and it's just been a great addition. The Blend Bunny ones are also really soft and nice too, and they do a great job blending everything out. If I were to pick like a favorite out of both of these sets, I would have to say the Rephr ones are just a little bit better. I'd never have any like skipping or patchiness with them, even with like an eyeshadow that I know can be a little bit patchy. Like, I don't know what the sorcery is behind it, but they just work so nicely. Okay, so let's segue on into the best makeup purchases that I have made so far in the year 2022. The first one we will talk about is a primer. Now, this is from NYX. This is their Marshmallow Primer. I had a little like sample size guy of this, but it was such a small amount, like I really couldn't form an opinion on it. So I just decided to like pick up the full size. Now, I do not use this as like an all over face primer. How I use this is just typically like in my T-zone where I get the most oily or where I feel like my pores are the biggest. Now, I will say this does not like completely erase your pores. I don't think anything out on the market is going to completely erase your pores, but this does greatly like minimize the appearance of them, and I really like the look that I like the look that my foundation takes on when I have this on underneath it in my T-zone. So I think that this is like my new holy grail like pore filling primer. I haven't really seen if anything else has come out on the market, but I'm quite happy with this, and we'll just continue to use it and possibly just continue to like repurchase this. All right, a new holy grail concealer for me. This is the Rare Beauty Liquid Touch Brightening Concealer. I get mine in the shade 140C. This should come as no surprise. Like, if you've seen any of my most recent videos, like I think this was one of my like top 5 empties for the year. So I've already finished one off and then repurchased it. But this is just such a great concealer. It doesn't like make your under eyes look creepy. It doesn't make them look crepey or cakey. I love the way that this wears. I feel like this was a really good shade range. I always struggle because I like to buy my concealers and foundations in neutral undertones, and I feel like a lot of times the neutral undertone is still like a little bit warm, or it has like this kind of, I don't know, like almost peachiness to it. Like, it's not a true neutral undertone. But this, even though it's 140C, so I guess the C stands for cool, this really is like a more neutral undertone type concealer, and I've just greatly fallen in love with it. I will say the doe foot applicator on this is like a little bit harder than some of the other ones, like think a Tarte Shape Tape or something like that. But I like the stiffer applicator because I feel like I can draw more precise lines and put this down exactly where I want it to go. All right, let's just keep it on the Rare Beauty train. So I've picked up one of the liquid highlighters. I have mine in the shade Mesmerize. This thing is like way bigger than I thought it would be, you know? But anyway, this is just a really pretty like kind of champagne-y pink shade. Now, typically how I like to wear this is just mix it in with my foundation. I feel like that gives me like a really nice healthy glow, because since I am a oily girl, I like a matte foundation better than like a glowy foundation, but your face just looks so flat. So I feel like this is the like best thing I can do to make my skin look a little less lifeless, you know? But the shade of this is really pretty. This also works really well as just like a traditional liquid highlighter. Put it, you know, where you want your highlighter at. I am curious to try some of the other shades, but when I looked at them online, like none of the other shades really look like something that I would enjoy. So it's something that I would want to like investigate in person rather than like ordering online. But yeah, this has just been a really fun addition, fun to play around with. And it does have one of those doe foot applicators, much like with the concealer. So there it is there. It's not as stiff though as the concealer one. Like it's a little bit, not flimsy, like it doesn't bend, but it's just not as stiff as the doe foot that you get within the concealer. Okay, so I have found my new drugstore Holy Grail mascara, and I am so excited. I have been searching for years. So this is new to the market this year, I think, but this is from Maybelline. This is the Sky High Lash Sensational Volumizing Mascara. If I say it any faster than that, then I stumble over the words. Either way, I get this in the black shade. I'm not sure if they have like brown or black brown or anything like that, but this has just been great. This does everything that I want a mascara to do. It lengthens, it separates, it volumizes. I do not like the clumpy lash look, but I also don't like the I got spider legs on my eyeballs, you know. I want that in between stage of that, and this is exactly what this provides for me. So I will open this up and show you guys the wand of it. It's a really nice wand in my opinion, but I'm not really an expert on like wand shapes and like how the different shapes do different things for your eyes, but I do like this one. I will say the actual like wand is a little bit more bendy than like any other mascara I've tried, but I don't like find it hard to apply this mascara. Like I feel like it doesn't deter my placement. Like I haven't poked myself in the eye with it because the little wand is so bendy. So yeah, greatly glad to have found this. This will definitely be something that I just continue to have in my collection. Okay, so I think Benefit discontinued some of their older blushes, which is a crying shame because Sugar Bomb and the Gold Rush blush are some of my favorite blushes within my collection. When I was at Ulta like the month of May, I saw that they had like this new little kiosk set up, and they had like so many different blushes that they had come out with, and they had an orange blush and I couldn't pass it up. I couldn't resist it. So this is the newest item that I have brought into my collection out of this like grouping of things that I'm showing you, but I cannot put this down. I cannot put this away. I have just absolutely fallen in love with this. So I was sold on it because even though it looks pretty intimidating in the pan, it's not a matte orange blush. It doesn't have glitter in it, which I greatly appreciate, but it has this nice like golden sheen to it. I don't know if that picks up so much in the pan like on camera, but it's just so pretty. I just can't get over it. And I know like that word butterfly is still really pressed down in there, but I promise you, like I just cannot put this down since acquiring it. So there's like a swatch of it. I do have that highlighter on still, but hopefully you can see like the little bit of sheen that it has to it. And I go in with like a lighter hand because I don't want it to be like bam in your face orange, but it shears out really well, and it's still, you can still tell that you do have on like an orange blush. So yeah, this is just going to be my best friend during the summer right now because I just feel like this is such a fun color and so appropriate for the summer. Okay, so around Easter time, I did place an order for an Uden's Eye mystery box, and I was really excited for the items that I did receive in that. But the star of the show and one of like my most favorite things that is now in my collection is a highlighter from them. So this is from their Norns collection. This is the Veil of the Future shade. I will open this up for you guys. It has this really pretty like design on it. I don't know if the camera washes it out too much, but it's got all these like pinks and purples and golds and like white to it. And so you just like swirl your brush around in there, and it makes for this really pretty like light kind of golden shade. But it has like, you can definitely see like a little bit of the pink. Sorry, I blinded you with the mirror. I always do that. I feel like in person you can always see like a little bit of the like pink and purpleness that it gives to your skin. But it's just one of those nice effortless glowy blush, or not blushes, highlighters. It's not like a bam in your face highlighter. It's a much softer like formula. I haven't tried like building it up to be like super intense because sometimes I'm just not into that. Like these golden highlighters, I really like for them to be a softer golden color, but I've just greatly enjoyed this. I love layering it with other highlighters, and it's just been a like real favorite. Like, I would be curious if I re-ranked my highlighters, like where this would fall in, like with everything else now. Okay, so the last makeup item to talk to you guys about comes from Sephora. This is part of their Sephora collection. I feel like the Sephora in-house collection gets slept on a lot, but they really do have some great products within their line. So like I said, this is their cream blush palette in the shade Candied. They do have another one in the shade Spice, which I own that one as well, but this one is more of my favorite, and I think you can tell why. It's just got a lot of great like pinky shades to it, and it's got this really great orange shade. I absolutely love pairing this orange shade down here with the Benefit blush. I just think that they make such a great pairing together. So if you've been here for a long time, you'll know that I completely panned the cream blush palette from the Balm. It was the How About Them Apples palette, and ever since then I've just been like searching to fill the void that created within my soul, and I really think that this is gonna do it. This is such a nice formula. It's not like greasy feeling, but they are like emollient. They're not like stiff, so they're easy to blend out the product with, and you really can't go overboard because you're able to blend them out. You know, well, I guess you could if you just kept layering, but I have yet to go overboard with them. They apply beautifully with a stippling brush as well as a beauty sponge, so I like that you can use either kind of tool, because sometimes depending on the state of my makeup brushes, I don't always have like a clean stippling brush. But yeah, the shades in here are quite lovely. I did swatch them out on my hand for you so that you could see them. They're not named in any way, but this is the first shade in the palette, the second, the third, and then the fourth. So there's that orange one. It's just so pretty, and it also has like a little bit of a sheen to it, but it's not really like so much a golden sheen as almost like a pinky sheen to it, which kind of fits like the vibe of this palette, because they're all like in that pink family range. But yeah, so that is it. That is all of my like top makeup purchases that I've made so far within the year 2022. Let me know down below what was the most like exciting thing that you have brought in, like the biggest thing that you're like, yes, I'm very happy about this, to have this in my life, no regrets. So I thank you guys so much for sticking around, and I hope you're having a good day, a good night, or a good whatever, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.